For one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently, the Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
How silly of me, sir.
Get your newspaper! Time now!
I don't feel too good.
Mr. Marston! Mr. Marston, over here! You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to gag you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
That is correct.
Leaves off the convenience that they've installed telephones next door to the property.
You ain't gonna find sturdier horses than these in all of New Austin.
Good to see you.
Easy on the spurs now. We don't need to draw undue attention.
Come!
Yeah, yeah.
Slow up.
So it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Giddy up. Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Gee up. You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
You don't look much like no Blackwater fella.
That's because I ain't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care much for those highfalutin big city types. Not much at all.
Blackwater ain't much of a city. More of a town with delusions, but no, me neither.
A fella told me he was out in Blackwater a few months back and saw one of them newfangled carriages without horses.
Is that so?
And you wind them up like a clock. Damnedest thing ye ever saw without the aid of liquor, he told me.
Times are changing fast. That's for sure.
as could be. Almost there, Mr. Marston, just over this hill. Whoa now. Listen, mister. This here is what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Come on! Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
So what were you doing?
Just trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
Howdy. Well, howdy. Well, hello there. Howdy. I didn't know that. How nice to see you. Hey there.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
I sure can use an extra pair of hands round here. Let's see if we can get you back in the saddle. There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarland.
Old Joe ordered himself an electric
Hop
boat.
on up. He won't bite.
Oh, I see.
Come on, boy.
How are you, mister?
Gina says she'll marry me if I ask. My, didn't know that. Would you look at the time?
Let's make a tour of the ranch so you can get your bearings.
Come on!
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
Giddy up!
Yeah!
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase. That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
What are you waiting for? Come on, I don't bite. How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do?
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. We'd best get moving. This is a dangerous time of night for us. Let's go. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again. Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team. I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Easy now. Let's see that rifle. I want a couple of these for the pot. I can already smell that rabbit stew. Nice shooting. You got one. See that? Thank you, Mr. Marston. Looks like we'll be having rabbit stew tomorrow. Let's get back on the horses and see what else is going on. We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Was that a coyote? Get those pests before they scare the livestock. Come on, boys. chicken. Come on, I'll show you the way to your room. You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
This is you, Mr. Marston. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
A beautiful wife is no guarantee of full male potency.
Hey, did you hear about that gunslinger? Came in from Blackwater to take out the
I
women
was talking
together.
to Blackwood. I try not to listen to gossip. I fail. There's a young lady hears about with a boil in the most unfortunate place. Yep. Bye. Eagerly awaiting variety of bone saw. Howdy.
Come!
That Bonnie is a right pretty girl. She wouldn't look at me, though.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only would I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I'll bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see. All right, I'll show you how we ride round these parts. Yeah! On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this!
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland. Is that the best you can do? Come on.
You're not as bad as I thought you'd be! You'll have to do better than that! Giddy up!
Come on.
See you at the finish line! Call yourself a dangerous outlaw?
Yeah.
Isn't this jolly? Come on, boy!
Come on.
I have got you now! This sure beats milking cows! Yeah!
Why don't I lead the way? Call yourself a rancher?
This is gonna be close!
This is how it's done. I think you chose the wrong horse, Miss McFarland. Follow me.
Giddy up!
Let's go, Miss McFarland.
How those injuries feeling, Mr. Marston?
Are you saving the best for last? How you doing back there?
Come on, boy!
I bet you're starting to regret your brave words, Miss McFarland. You still think you're gonna win this, don't you? Let's pick up the pace. Yeah.
Look at that male pride go!
Whoa.
Whoa! That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston. Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Take the driver's seat. Come on.
Hi.
Can we stop wasting time and get on with it, please? You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh,
Don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response. Hello. How are you today? Come on, baby. I think it's kind of funny I found you dying on the side of the road and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man. A little stupid, perhaps, but not rotten. I just worry about you gallivanting around these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us lesser mortals, Miss McFarland. I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. Kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
How well do you know New Austin?
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New Austin. The last real outlaw country, where the old ways still hold true. You do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a man right? Well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people shooting each other because they lost at cards. We'll be lucky if our ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Like I was born yesterday.
I think Miss Largent told me the same thing.
Howdy, friend.
Spread his love today.
I wish I was dead.
One of the new whores.
Yeah. Good morning, dear friend. Morning, mister.
Good morning. I told him I wasn't buying any land until I found some good money on Marshall Johnson, having been bought by Walking Gang.
Hey, partner.
Finally come to get that bullet out your leg. I hear half-done Hank's traveling circus puts on a hell of a show.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
That's the least of it.
Hey,
If
mister.
Alinda ever dared show his face in this establishment, I
Come on,
shoot
easy
him
now.
on sight. Unless you want to start working for Pepper Guts.
Sounds good to me.
The devil has deceived you, citizens.
Good to see
No harm done, miss.
Shed for you
Sorry.
is a warrior.
Dear sir, hello.
No. Irish should overcharge me. A horse. Come on. Dance all over your
Armadillo's on the up. That talk came in on the 515
That
train, I'm
such
sure.
as killing a man becomes money. It was a shootout.
Sorry, but I got a wife.
Last week.
Bite your tongue, fool.
Hi there.
Husband don't know.
Want to spend some time with me?
Easy, partner.
But you
Hello,
do it.
ma'am.
Let's get to the fight. Come on.
I'm a bigger case of the worms tomorrow.
Fancy a hand?
That's right. Well.
Careful, mister.
Wild West adventure might have been the wrong decision.
Why, hello.
Repent now before you perish in a lake of sulfur.
How are you, friend?
Carry on.
How are you, mister?
Much obliged.
Yep, we got the finest selection in the frontier.
Howdy, friend.
We got the Second Amendment for a reason, don't we?
Thank you.
Old Jason's auntie is laid up, I hear.
Greetings.
Well, look at you.
Excuse me.
Hey, hey, you got a visitor.
Shut up, you! Now, what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come on, what, you getting kicked with me, boy?
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down. You must be the man from Blackwater.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. Whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now, I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what. Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Okay, boy. You're a persistent little cuss, ain't you?
Only when things matter.
The saloon's this way.
I wish I was dead.
So who we looking for?
Bunch of 2-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But the way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
That's an interesting approach to law enforcement.
I do what I can, Mr. Marston. We ain't the government.
There's the dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Let's go, Marston. I've been after that son of a bitch for months. He spotted you. Stay on him, boy. Can't lose that trail, boy. Catch up with me when you can.
Come on!
What are you doing back there, Marston?
If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance?
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Cholla Springs, Gap Tooth Ridge, these boys get around. Walton's the start, but there's plenty more where he came from. Looks like he's holed up at the old Pleasance house. Let's hold up a minute and find a spot for our horses.
Looks like we got company, boys.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Marston, I got you covered. Move up to that wagon. There's one behind the crate. Take him down.
I chose a bad spot here.
You're outnumbered, Marshal.
Get to that crate. I got you covered. Watch out for that bastard behind the rock.
You ain't that tough, Walt.
Now get to that rock. I'll shoot you some space. Look out! There's one behind the outhouse! What are you waiting for? Unload that thing! Take cover behind the outhouse! Careful, there may be more of them!
You better be at peace with the Lord.
You boys just ain't that tough.
Stay close!
Nobody has you twice alive.
This way! Just Walton left now. Try to take him alive. Walton, your killing days are over. It'll be trial and the rope for you.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah! Who there?
Let's go! Go! Come on! Let's go! Yeah!
Howdy.
¿Qué tal?
Come on! Whoa, whoa!
Give up the horse, the
Slow it
whiskey,
down, will you?
and you will be safe.
Why, hello.
Paul, for you have lust in your heart.
Look out, mister.
Hey, the inspector will.
Walton's gang came
A
by.
man like you needs a woman like me.
Blackwater Ledger says Sanchez is kicking up a fuss with me.
Well, I heard...
Hello there.
You can make good money for good meat when you was Elizabeth.
Too long in the good stuff.
Fine day to you.
I heard someone bagged that giant mountain lion nearby, but I don't believe it.
You're pretty clumsy, aren't you?
Remember the miracles. Heed the warnings. Repent.
Hello?
Don't mess with me! Darn Walton gang took another step.
I ordered some things today. I darn well never arrived.
If you're looking for a fight, you found one! Can I have this? Let's go.
Son of a bitch! Help! Someone!
Stinking whore. I'm gonna cut you a new hole.
I suppose not all men are bad. I won't forget what you did here.
You take care, lady. There might not be anyone around next time. Excuse me, partner. I ain't getting fresh.
Oh!
You ready to die,
Whatever
friend?
you do, don't call me Martha. I hate that.
I'm so sorry, sir.
How do you do, sir? Blackwater Ledger says Sanchez. Hi there, ma'am.
Blessings to you. How are you doing?
The best of health to you, my dear.
Hello there.
You ain't cute as hell.
Unless you want to start working for Pepper Guts, you'll keep Johns as far as possible from the government.
Now, how you think she be having all that money? Howdy.
Why don't you and me spend a little time together? You can make good money for good music when you watch Elizabeth.
Some men just like trouble. Santa Red. All the same, they just want armadillo red.
Hello. You don't say.
Hello there.
Why, hello there.
How are you, friend?
How nice to see you. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, you, Cincinnati guy, come over here.
Bye. Goodbye.
You a tough guy, mister? I hope so. We gonna have a showdown. Don't worry, I'll close your eyes before any ladies see you.
You should keep your
Prospect
opinions to
of
yourself,
dying
pal.
certainly focuses the mind, doesn't it?
I'm a terrible mother. Where is he? Why me?
Hello? Hello? It's Armadillo 731. What is it with these things? Hello? It's a new line. Hello? Hello?
Sounds fun. What's happening?
I have no idea. Yeah, if it's important, they'll send someone down like they did with you.
Suddenly, the world is full of theys.
Yeah. I remember when we first got here. We used to consider people from Dade County to be exotic. Now guys can get here from the Midwest, and they can do it in 6 days.
Things have changed.
They've gotten away from me. Hello? I don't understand it no more, boy. Honest to goodness.
I'm not sure I do.
Marshal! 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 I'd just been up in the canyon, spying like you said. I think I seen me a couple of them rustlers. I think it was the Ballard twins and a couple of Mexicans.
They up there right now?
Well, it was a group of 4 men rounding up Mr. Gulch's livestock, and none of them looked like any of Gulch's hands, so yes, sir, right now.
That sarcasm's most unbecoming, Eli. It's gonna hold you back in life, even worse than your lazy eye. All right, let's go. You ride with us again, Marston?
Will you help me?
I will try.
It'd be my pleasure.
How long you been working for the government, Marston?
I don't work for the government.
Well, I got a telegram from some federal clowns in Blackwater that says otherwise.
Are you some kind of vigilante?
You don't look like no government, boy.
I guess it's complicated. I came because it was made impossible for me not to.
You sure are a tight-lipped son of a bitch, mister.
I guess I am. I ain't gonna dig this hole no deeper.
Well, ain't you all proud and superior? Don't forget you need us more than we need you. Bill Williamson folded you up like an empty purse the last time, if I remember correctly.
Simmer down, Jonah.
Listen to your boss, Jonah. There's a good boy. Otherwise, I'll put a hole in your hillbilly head and watch your tiny brain drain out.
I'll be honest with you, Marston. I I ain't for all this government interference.
Believe me, Marshal, neither am I.
I try to keep the federal boys happy. I mean, we need all the help we can get. But what does a flannel-mouthed city boy who's never forked a bale of hay in his life know about a state like New Austin?
Nothing, I reckon.
We're nearly there. Keep your eyes out for the bollards. Whoa there. All right, boys. Let's proceed on foot from here. Head for the fort. Whoa. Be ready, boys. We're probably going to be outnumbered.
And those bastards ain't short on firepower, neither.
Let's see how many there are. If we can take them alive, good. If not, smoke the sons of bitches.
Music to my ears, Marshal.
Let's go, Marston. We gotta keep moving. Look out! Rustler guard! Gun him down! Put down your guns and surrender! That bastard won't be rustling no more. Let's split up. You take the left, boys. I'll go right. Marston, you can go with the deputies or cover me. Hellfire!
Oh my good God!
My God!
I'm gonna put you down. Yeah. Come on, you coward.
I've dropped 100 fools like you.
Eyes up, boy! Behind that rock!
You got the rocks to face me? Show me what you got.
You better surrender! You hear? All right, come on, Marston. Let's push on. Come on! Full foot, Marston! Look, the deputies are making progress. Tell the ballers to give themselves up, or we'll kill every last one of you. Come on, Marston. I can't take them all by myself. There's more of them. Damn you.
That's too damn close.
Surrender, or I'll kill you all. All right, let's move down and take those bastards in the camp.
Sorry, partner.
Help me out here, will you?
This is gonna end badly for you.
You got one! I'm giving you one last chance to put your hands in the air. Nice shot.
I borrow this, friend?
Let's push it. Watch out. Looks like there's a couple of snipers over there. God damn it. Take out those snipers, boy. This way! Put down your guns and surrender! Stay with me! You better surrender! You hear? Are you gonna shoot any of these rustlers, boy? I can hear more gunshots. Quick, let's go help my deputies. Finish those sons of bitches! Eyes up! Snipers! Follow me! Come on, boys! Tell the bollards to give themselves up, or we'll kill every last one of you! Stay close! Come on, Marston! I can't take them all by myself! There's one of them. Come on, let's get to the rest of the boys.
Don't think you'll be needing this.
This looks as good a spot as any. Gather around and listen up. All right, stealthy as you can, boys. Let's get as close to those bastards as we can.
Watch out for Mr. Gulf's cat!
Let's clear out Pike's Basin once and for all!
It's just me and you, partner!
My God! sons of bitches! That bastard won't be rustling no more.
This is where it is, buddy! Right here!
Get those demons back! I think that's all of them. Fine shooting, boys. Now come on, let's untie those hostages.
I doubt you'll be needing this.
Thanks, Marshal. We're indebted to you with our lives.
Just get them cattle back safe.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
Yes, well done.
Now, about Williamson.
I'll do what I can. You know, as you can see, this country is infested with all manner of scum.
Say that again.
Well, one other thing, Marston. Mr. Johnson, sir. It's Mr. Wes Dickens. He's missing.
Who?
Mr. Wes Dickens, the tonics merchant. He was due in town last week.
Oh, the narcotic and bat piss salesman who cons housewives out of their money with promises of eternal youth.
Yes, him, but I think you're being a little unfair. He's helped a great many of the county, and many of the townsfolk are really missing him.
You hear that, Marston? We just butchered a gang of thieves, and the town is up in arms about a missing snake oil merchant. I am so glad to be serving such a wise and respectable people. Come on, Eli.
Thank you.
Forgive me, sir.
Oh.
Now why walk when you can ride, mister? I'm doing the best I can, mister.
Easy. Hello there.
How are you?
Hello, welcome.
Hi there.
That big mountain lion down by the river killed another family last night. I'm sure you'll find something you like here.
I hear Nate John's been running for governor of New Austin. I ain't never heard of him. A fella carrying a volcano sniper rifle was walking about town, they said.
Here I am.
Thanks a lot.
You know where we are next time you need something.
How are you?
Well, hello there.
Come on!
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson. To settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. You see, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Miss McFarland, I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea.
You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt. And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true. Especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
My father died when I was 8 years old. His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute and he was her, well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read, taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. And I've suffered for it. And that's the life I left, or tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie. I'm an uneducated killer, sent here to do all I can do well. Kill a man in cold blood so that another man may do his part to cut crime in an area, and a rich man can be elected governor on the back of these promises.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston. Listen, can you help me?
Well, I can try. What do you need, money?
No, nothing so complicated. I need an extra hand to take out the herd to pasture.
Sure. Point me in the right direction.
Right. Are you ready to learn how to herd some cows? Giddy up! How do you do, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me all that back there. It must have been hard for you.
Hope you understand now why I've been playing my cards somewhat close to my chest.
I didn't know you had a wife and child. Then again, I don't think I ever asked. They're lucky to have a man like you.
I ain't so sure about that, but thank you.
How are you today?
Come on.
Come on, boys. Get behind the herd. That should start them moving in the right direction. Assuming they aren't put off by your smell.
He's got it. Nice job, Mr. Marston.
Drive them down the road, Mr. Marston.
Muy bien, señor. Here he comes. I see. Bien hecho. No time, Marston.
Come on.
This way. We need to take them out to the pasture.
Let's go. Go.
Keep going, Mr. Marston.
All
Nail
right,
it down.
let's move this large herd out to the far pasture.
Come on.
Swing back and forth behind them. Keep them nice and tight.
Keep this showing off now. Stay with him. Keep that herd together now.
Ranching might be your true calling, Mr. Marston. Either that, or you were a cow in a past life.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
Howdy, friend. Lie still. This is dirty. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, hello, Mr. Marston. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you meet my father? John Marston, this is my father, Drew McFarland.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Marston. Please. So, my daughter informs me that you're here on some secret mission to remove some undesirables from the county.
Something like that. I'm grateful for the hospitality, sir.
Well, you know, we've lived here for 30 years now. Came here from the east. The land had never been settled. For 10 years, we fought the Indians. Tough men. Then we had outlaws, and we had drought, and we had smallpox, terrible winters, cholera. I buried more of my children than I raised.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
I've seen strong men wither and die under that unforgiving sun. That whole herds of cattle take sick and die. But I've never once doubted my life here.
No, sir.
When I hear about this so-called federal government sending out agents to covertly murder and control people, then I start to worry. I mean, yeah, all right, Williamson is a menace, and men like him are the plague. But isn't a government agent a worse menace? And all that symbolizes, I mean.
You may be right, sir.
Well, you're a brave man. You're always gonna be welcome here. But you tell your friends out east that we don't want to live like that out here. Sneaking around and spying and secret missions. Right? It's preposterous.
Trust me, sir. I agree with you.
Good. Good. Well, we won't insult you any further. Come on, Bonnie, we got things to do.
Mr. Marston, do you want to join us? It's Daddy's favorite pastime. Apart from political discourse, that is.
What is?
Breaking in horses. Come on. I hear you're a pretty decent rider. For a city dweller, that is.
You're gonna need this, Mr. Marston. Right, now you got some rope on your belt, let's see if we can't wrangle some horses. Easy now.
You sure have some interesting theories on what the government's doing, sir.
They ain't theories, Mr. Marston. I saw the telegram Marshall got from Blackwater. It ain't exactly a state secret it sent you.
Well, is he wrong? I saw those men from the train.
The government can go to hell if you ask me. Those sons of bitches would steal a coin off a dead man's eyes.
Mr. Marston!
He's right. Now, I don't know much about politics.
Please, Paul, can we just enjoy
But I
the
know
ride?
we're only as free as they say we are. Power's like a drink. The more you have, the more you want. And there's few men who can handle it.
There's certain things in this country a woman could do much better, if you ask me.
I ain't gonna argue with that, Miss McFarland.
There they are! Let's get after them!
Come on, let's rope one!
Whoa! Giddy up!
Come on, don't be afraid of that lasso!
Yeah.
Pull that damn rope, Marston!
Whoa there!
Hold him there now.
You'll have this in
Don't let
no
him bust
time!
you, Mr. Marston. Lean into it.
I got you now.
Let's see
You're
it,
doing
boy.
I got
fine.
you.
Yeah!
Take it slow now.
That's it! Don't
Come on
give
now,
up!
cowboy.
Come on,
Come on,
baby.
let's go.
Calm
Keep
down.
at it, Mr. Marston!
Easy
Show me what you
there.
got, boy.
Try not to spook him too much!
There you go.
Good work. I'm impressed, Marston. Let me take it from here. You get back on your own horse. Woo! I think that's enough activity for an old-timer like me. I'll take this one back to the ranch. See you later.
Come on, boys! Come on, then! Let's see if you can get another one!
Come on.
Come on! Rope one of them! What are you waiting for? Hang on to him! We haven't gone all day! Damn, you lost him!
trouble here. Calm down now. You're mine now. Easy. Relax now. Nearly there.
Look at that! Pure natural! Nice work! I think that'll do it for today. Let's get back to the ranch.
Here! I like your father.
I'm glad. He's quite a character.
You have a good life here. The life I want. For me and my family, I mean.
We don't have a lot anymore.
You have enough. It's one that gets so many folks in trouble.
It'll sap your spirit and make you poor. But it's straight, and it's decent.
There's no better night's sleep than after an honest day's work.
It's no wonder you look so tired, then.
Some deck must be shy a joker, Miss McFarland.
Who'd have thought you'd be such a natural at busting broncos?
That was fun.
I think you could be a fine rancher one day, if you can bear to stop killing people for a living.
Sure.
Well done, Mr. Marston. These are fine horses.
Hey, Bonnie. Amos was saying some horses been spotted somewhere outside of Armadillo.
Let's go, Mr. Marston. We can really do with those horses. Come on, Mr. Marston. Let's head for Armadillo.
You never did tell me why you were never married. Aside from the snobbery, that is.
You sure ask a lot.
I'm just surprised, that's all. You must have been quite a catch.
The fact that you're talking in the past says it all.
No, that's not what I mean. You must have had some suitors, that's all I'm saying.
Some, I suppose. Here and there. A ranch in the middle of Hennigan's Stead ain't really the place to find a husband. Amos, he's a little, well, you know, countrified.
Where'd you get your airs and graces, Miss McFarland?
From a couple of cheap governesses Pa hired to save us from being savages. I'd like to talk about more than just cattle and chickens sometimes, that's all. And after my brother left, it was up to me to become the man of the ranch. He never admitted, but my pa's a lot frailer than he looks.
You're worth two of any man I know, miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment.
In many ways, my wife is kind of like you, Miss McFarland.
Is that so?
She's always been a woman in a man's world.
You don't talk about her very much.
It's kind of painful, but she's never far from my thoughts.
There's my boys. Come on, Mr. Marston. Let's drive them up the canyon where it narrows. We'll trap them there. Wait for my signal, and don't let those horses out of your sight.
Right you are, miss. Let's go.
of them. What magnificent animals they are. Hey, the stallion's getting away! Chase him down and bring him back! Go on! Don't let him get away!
Come on! Easy. Relax now. Nearly there. Whoa there. Nearly there. Easy there. Come on, baby. Calm down.
Thanks for your help today, Mr. Marston. We got some fine horses. You know, why don't you keep that stallion as your own, as a thank you from all of us?
Thank you, ma'am. He's a fine animal. Yeah! This'll fetch a good price. go. Don't think you'll be needing this. Those fellas had it coming to them.
Chief!
People say there's treasure out by hanging rock.
Keeps on lining his darn pockets, don't he?
Whoa, mister.
I don't cotton to your roof. Your hearts are full of sin, greed.
Darn Walton gang took another.
Let's go.
Hello there.
That was a hell of a storm last month. Hell of a storm.
How about now? Our
rates are very low right now.
I'm a terrible mother. Oh, they took my boy. My boy.
Who did?
He's missing. He's only a youngster. My boy is missing.
Where? Who took him?
Them people in the hills. Them hills near Hanging Rock. They took it.
Can't the police force help you?
Oh, they can't even help themselves. Please, sir. My son is missing. I need your help.
If I find him, I'll bring him back to you.
Please, sir. He's just a young boy. Hurry. He's been gone for hours. Will you go look for him? I'm sick with worry. I'm begging you. Please find him.
Whoever built out it.
Come on. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. I'll be having that. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. Come. Come on. You little beauty. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's get this over with. Might as well. Yeah. Excuse me, partner. I ain't getting fresh. Let's make this quick. Oh, what were you eating? This is dirty. Tough one, ain't you? Lie still. Come on.
There's some errant wrongdoers down the way seem to have eluded us. Round them up or shoot them down.
Got you. No harm done. I need it more than you now. Let's go!
You'll get along fine here, son. Now get gone.
It's all right. Don't mention it.
Darn it!
Oh, Lord. This is nasty. Slow it up now. Whoa. Come on, easy up now. This is a messy one. Go!
Son of a bitch! What's going on? Help! Someone!
Stinking whore! I'm gonna cut you a new... You lost your damn mind! Sorry, partner. What have you got for me, miss?
What are you waiting for? Climb aboard.
Come on!
I'm a very good lover, sir. Interested?
I'd fix that, Sheriff, but there's no point. It won't ever be the same.
Good to see you.
Shot of rum, please.
You gonna poke me with your peacemaker, boy? A big man like you could do whatever he liked to a little girl like me.
Thanks a lot.
Hiya.
I once found corn in the grass of a real Del Lobo.
You won't forget this spit shine.
Nice day for it, ma'am.
Tell your wife about us.
Careful.
Wish I could do something about those damn outlaws around Snake Hollow.
Howdy.